old church was really nice too, but this has got a feel like a welcoming feel, and I appreciate that. Glad that you had us here tonight. We are Butch and Letha Jenkins. We have 4 kids, adult kids, 13 grandchildren. When I'm married, that makes 14, and 2 great grandchildren. So we're a big tribe. I want to bring to you tonight a very specific prayer request and a story. So I'll start with a prayer request. Butch first went to PNG in 1979 on a work team. He went a couple of years, and then we went as volunteers for a year, short term. So, and then from there we went other times. So it's been a big chunk of our life. God has led us to that country. We have 2 children there with their spouses right now, and all 4 of our children grew up there, and 7 of our grandchildren have grown up there. But God is leading in different directions now. Some of us are aging out. So our very specific prayer request is that you'll join us in praying for God to lay on the hearts, for people to hear him, that he's laid on his heart, to join that ministry. It's a lot of changes that we've seen from the first time we went to now. This is basically a country that 100 years ago, the outside world didn't even know there was people in there. They thought it was uninhabited because it was so mountainous and so jungle, and they didn't see how anyone could live there. So they're behind the times. A good friend of ours in PNG, she said, "My father was Stone Age. My son is an electronics engineer." That's how much change has happened in a short time now. There's not that many electronic engineers, but she had a very sharp son. But that's the change that's happened, and wow, it's been a lot. We have a Bible school that takes young men that feel called to preach that may not have even been through, they may be 4th, 5th, 6th grade is what they've achieved, but they work with them in not the tribal language, but the trade language. Most of the other schools are in English. And so we have a thriving work there. But our specific prayer is for God to call someone to go, and that is kind of like asking for a miracle because it's halfway around the world, and it's a challenging place. But God's grace, he sent us there, and it was a huge blessing. So the story, one time when we had just arrived back, and maybe we hadn't just arrived back, but anyway, I was feeling like, wow, there's so many people, and we are so different. How have we made a difference? And then this drama started, and what they call is photocopy. They photocopied each other. So every little church we were going to, they asked us to come, and Butch would speak. We would go, and then they would want to give something to us, like a song or drama. And the drama of that time period was like this. They first had a man come in, bent over with a backpack on and a walking stick. And that was supposed to be Don Seymour, one of our first missionaries. Before the roads were there, he would basically walk from preaching point to preaching point, and that's how the churches got established. But the song and the story was they came to the coast, but they didn't stop there. They came on up, and they came to a river. There's lots of rivers in PNG, but they didn't stop at the rivers. They crossed the rivers. They came on to the cities in the highlands, but they didn't stop there. They kept coming, and they kept coming until they found us, which if you've ever seen the remote place we lived, it's way up in the middle of nowhere. And they said, they found us. How did they know we were here? He said, we know, and the takeaway was, we know that God cares for us and knows about us, because how would they have found us otherwise? So that story really encouraged me, just by showing up, just by presence, which of course you know that even here in your own church, when you're present with somebody, they feel God's caring for them. So our prayer is that you'll pray for new people to go show up. And we believe that God can do it.
Something I forgot to ask a while ago was, are you on Facebook? You live streaming? Uh-oh. Okay, I got to be careful I got to be careful some of the things I say. No, it's okay. Well, you can leave it for now. I'll let you know when to kill it, okay? We have a son that works in a sensitive area, and I'll be talking about that a little bit. So I actually got a couple different things here I'm trying to blend together a little bit. I'm going to speak at our men's group on Saturday morning, so I'm going to kind of blend a couple things here a little bit, and hopefully it all works out, and we'll see. And I won't go for